I'm Schindel. When I asked my friends and family where I could go to learn about motorcycle culture in Vancouver, everybody said the same place, Trev Deeley Motorcycles. I'm so excited to be here. Let's go check it out. One of the first dealerships in North America, Deeley Motorcycles have been in Vancouver for almost 100 years.
Well, one of the things about the Deeley family that makes them synonymous with motorcycling is they were the first dealers in Canada of Harley-Davidson. So they had the first Harley-Davidson in 1917. Then in 1960, he brought Honda into the English-speaking world for the first time, and then brought Yamaha in right behind that to be the distributor for Yamaha for all of North America. So the heart of motorcycling all of a sudden was in Vancouver.
Who was Trev Deeley?
Well, Trev Deeley was the son of Fred Deeley, who was the son of Fred Deeley. So grandfather Fred Deeley, father Fred Deeley, then Trev Deeley.
Trev Deeley was an avid rider, a sponsored racer for Harley-Davidson, and made huge contributions to all aspects of motorcycling, including racing, design, distribution, and sponsorship.
His dad would take a motorcycle in on trade for a car. Trev would grab some of these things and stuff them away. And over time, that collection just grew and grew and grew, and today it's a collection of about 285 motorcycles.
Wow.
And here it's one of the largest private collections in Canada.
That collection is overseen by Brent Cook himself. After a career as the director of the Royal BC Museum in Victoria, Brent's love of motorcycles brought him out of retirement to design the new Motorcycle Museum site in Vancouver,
Accurately cut GPS,
and curate the Trev Deeley Motorcycle Exhibition, now featuring models of motorcycles the same as the ones seen in your favorite films. Perfect for me.
So you get on, I'll get in. Hey. So this is it. So this bike was in the movie with Harry Potter.
I love it even more.
So this is the one when they flew out of London. So one of the things in the exhibition that we're trying to do here is there are a number of movies that are iconic. People know the movie name. They may not remember who was in it or when it was, but the name sticks. One of those, of course, is the Wild One. All the bikes that were in that movie were English, except for one, ridden by Lee Marvin, who was the bad guy. When you hear them, they're all ring, and then you're boom, 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 boom. It's just the one bike in the movie that was actually a Harley. Other movies like The Terminator, Easy Rider, On Any Sunday, World's Fastest Indian, those are movie titles that people are familiar with, and they're here in the exhibit.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Well, this is one of the bikes in our collection that initially was one of the most expensive acquisitions we had made up to that point. This is a very rare model. This is a J680. It's the bike that Lawrence of Arabia rode at home. He had about 4 different Brough Superiors. And unfortunately, this model is one of the ones that he was killed on in an accident in London long after the filming. But when they made the bikes, they made every single one to the buyer. So if the buyer wanted a lever moved or changed, they did that for him before it left the factory. So every single bike was built with little things done for each buyer.
Purple rain, purple.
There's restoration and preservation. This bike is in a state of preservation. It is the absolute original everything. It's never been touched. So the paintwork is patinaed, the bike is patinaed, and believe it or not, this bike sitting next to an absolute jewel-like restoration is worth more money.
This bike only has 2.2 kilometers on it.
Well, this is one of those rare finds. This bike in our collection came right out of the crate. This bike has never been driven. So World War II vintage, German, obviously, BMW, never ridden. 1919, 1920, there's a little bit of debate. The years ran together there. This engine is the engine that you saw in the movie World's Fastest Indian that Anthony Hopkins was modifying for his Streamliner. this was the engine that they were running. So this tiny little thing held the land speed record for years and years and years, as was pointed out in the movie. Arguably one of the most famous documentary movies made, all about motorcycling, different types of motorcycling. This is the model that Steve McQueen was riding in the movie. The movie did really, really well, which was amazing because it was meant to be just a low-budget documentary. So this area is kind of dedicated to Marvel Comics, superheroes, that sort of thing. Bikes that are in particular movies that everybody has seen but probably paid no attention to the bike. Until, of course, you get to this one, which happens to be one of my favorite bikes in the collection because I am Batman. This was in the Batman movie, and this is a very special bike. It's all carbon fiber, titanium, and it is an incredibly fast machine. This is one of the fastest world production machines. It is clocked at up to 300 kilometers an hour, and they had to stop there because the tires are only rated to 300K, so
Oh my goodness.
nobody would ride it after that.
So what's your favorite bike?
Well, I guess probably on two levels. I have two. One, of course, is the Batman bike, the MV Agusta, as I would just love to ride that one. But on a nostalgia level, it's Easy Rider. I mean, I remember seeing this bike when the movie came out. The first time I saw the movie, I didn't get it. I didn't get it the second, third, or fourth time either, but it became a cult movie, as you know. And just seeing that bike, actually, I wasn't riding that. And it was that bike, sort of buried in the back of my mind, that actually got me into motorcycling. I wanted to have a bike like that. To find one in the condition that this one is in, this long after the fact, was incredible. A little bit about the movie. The movie, they were cranking out motorcycle movies every week, and there was a whole host of them, like hundreds and hundreds of them. They were never meant to make a lot of money. They were meant to make just a little bit, and then they were gone. So when they made this movie, Easy Rider was shot in 4 days, and the entire budget for the movie for everything was $350,000, and that was it. It was never meant to go any bigger than that.
It feels free. It's just free. Happiness and freedom. You simply cannot be in a bad mood. You'll have moments of being in a bad mood should you get cut off, but you cannot be in a bad mood when you're riding motorcycles. Happy and freedom.
What would you say to somebody like me who wants to get into motorcycling but is brand new and maybe a little bit nervous?
Welcome to the family. You know, welcome to the family. If you're not nervous, it's probably not a good thing. Take a course, absolutely, should be mandatory. Take a course, take baby steps, ride with a team, have some fun. Ride in formation, have some fun with friends. Talk to us, we can, you know, assess out your concerns, maybe talk to you about different scenarios that you're a little bit nervous about and how you can overcome those things. Take a tour through the museum, feel the culture, talk to other riders, and we all are here, and get their feelings of why they love it. You're gonna love it.
Everybody knows Trev Deeley as a businessman, as a motorcycle racer, involved in motorcycling in every way, but what they really fail to realize is that he had a deep set passion to return to the community. So when he decided to build a museum in Richmond, he put all the bikes that he had collected on display, and people could come in and look at them and go around them and all that sort of thing, at huge expense, really, to himself and the company. That continues today. They could easily have closed this place up and said, this just doesn't make any sense business-wise, but they don't. And they say it's more about returning to a community that was good to them, this whole facility, and so they do it today.
Thank you to Brent and Sean for showing me around. I'm hooked. If you'd like to check out some really cool bikes and learn more about motorcycling, definitely come check out the museum, have a look around the store, and talk to the really nice staff. For Local Connection, I'm Dana Schindel.
I'll be back.